Welcome everybody, D2 fans, anyone interested in the history of world records. This is the 10th part in our series commentating every single one of the fastest ever normal players won Bale kills in Diablo 2 speedrunning history. We're taking the real-time attack category. This time, we're taking someone different. We've spent the last few videos looking at Teo, Nightfall, even starting way back at Lav SR, and this time we're bringing a new contender to the front. We've got Slimo, so if we look at the overall record tracking sheet, we've covered off all this history. Last time, we saw the second installment of Teo bumping up the times in terms of the Sorceress speedrun. Now we've got Slimo coming into the category and absolutely blowing his time out of the water by a bit over a minute, really, so down to the 117 mark. I'm really keen to see what this one entails. We've seen, changes in the assassin over time. We really saw Teo refining his experience gain on the Sorceress, and that seemed to be the breakthrough technology on the Sorceress, was figuring out where to farm and be able to target rather than wasting your time killing normal monsters and not getting those boss packs. So let's dive into it. Not going to waste too much time on this one. Here is Slimo with 117.48 on the Sorceress. Ooh, nice borders, Slimo. Unfortunately, no fishing games just yet in Slimo's chat technologies, but we'll get there. And away we go. Oh, he's got the corner map as well. I remember Indrak used to do this. Okay. Wow, this seems to be running fast. Am I watching this? Yes, I am watching this on 1.5x speed. I better clean that up. There we go. That's a lot better. So straight out. Gets a sash nice and early, so that means he can stack up his potions pretty well. Has used 3 health potions, so he's going to be looking to stack his mana potions straight away. How's my sound levels? There we go. That's a bit better. And just running out, getting experience as he can, running through the Bloodmaw, trying to get to Charge Bolt as he goes into the Den of Evil. Now let's see that Den of Evil time. Last time we saw Teo still takes a fair bit of time. Took him 4 minutes 40 seconds, whereas, if you look at the records these days, the runners tend to get through it in under 4 minutes or around that 4-minute mark at best, so it might be a quick time save there. Drops the town portal right next to the Den of Evil as he's running through. And just whacking on those zombies. Think that... oh no, it's a short sword. Was hoping that would have been throwing knives. That would have been some good gold for him at the start, but unfortunately not. Does get the Charged Bolt quickly running though, which is nice, and pumping into Vitality first rather than Energy. So the previous runs, we've seen the runners go into Energy first in order to help sustain them getting through. Really desperate, clicking around for gold, looking for a group to drop something that he can get mana potions on. Wow, and he gets 3 mana potions just from a boss pack, so that helps a lot actually. Hit recovery on that buckler is going to be worth good gold, so that's kind of a very last minute savior there for him. There you go, and just enough gold to get some good potions. Few stamina potions, as always. We want to have stamina potions because you never want to be running on a Diablo. Don't want to be running. You always want to be running on on a Diablo speedrun, of course. And straight into the den. So not the worst layout for the den, which is alright. He's just got this little sideways port there. Nicely restacks on mana potions as he comes in. Nicely grouping up all the Devilkin, or the Fallens rather. So as he casts a Charge Bolt, hardly any of his Charge Bolts, like there's 4 there, are missing an enemy, so he's making the most of the damage he does per spell casted. Ooh, and that area is entirely empty, so that's a nice little time save for him too. Already on level 3, which is very good. I guess that's the nice part about picking up that boss pack of ladies just before he hit the waypoint. And as always, with the zombies, they've got a bit of life, but because you've got that plus 50 damage to undead, it's actually not that bad if you have to whack them a couple of times with your staff, so that's pretty nice too. So getting right up in their grill, so every single one of those charge bolts, or the maximum amount of those charge bolts, are hitting the enemy as he casts. As always, want to be efficient with that. Just running on through, just sniping off. So this is the other thing to note, and you do see This seems to be a pretty big improvement over how Teo was kind of handling things earlier. He did manage to get this running in the previous run okay, which is when you've got single target Fallens running around. Interesting, he didn't... Oh, no, he did kind of check it. Okay, I can see it on the map. You're better off sniping them with Fireball rather than doing Charge Bolt. It just gets to the enemies faster. There's less random pathing. And it's just... I think it actually does slightly more damage versus actually hitting them with potentially one bolt of Charge Bolt. So once again, right up in the grill of the zombies to try and maximize the amount of bolts hitting them. Because you can hit them, like have a shotgun effect with your Charge Bolts. It's not like Necromancer's Teeth skill, where it is only one of the teeth ever hits. Charge Bolt, multiple bolts can hit a single enemy in a single cast. Very good mana potion luck. Like, it's a very subtle part of the game, but if you can be picking up mana potions as they're dropping from normal enemies, that's quite rare. Does the quick save and quit, very nice. He's looking pretty good in terms of gear and gold. Unfortunately, yeah, so he did pick up the throwing knives. Throwing knives are pretty good money. Just selling everything he can. Not even going to bother identifying that short sword because it's so early in the game, it probably wasn't going to have very high money affixes. So yeah, let me just check. Yep, I'm at source. So it gets a nice bunching of ladies here as well. So this is kind of what you want in the Cold Plains. Simply because you can see they're dying from like one cast, and the fact he was able to take them on with only level 1 Charge Bolt was testament to that. They give okay experience, even the normal monster packs, and they die really quickly. Now this is generally a thing you want if you are farming for experience on the Sorceress. You want basically unique monster groups, so boss packs is what they're called in the industry. Like this Moon Clan that says Demon Minion under there, because they give 500% XP, so killing every single one of them is worth killing 5 enemies, so that little pack there of 6 was as good as killing 30 enemies. Or you want enemies that just die, so therefore you're not really spending any excess amounts of time actually killing them. You're just straight up going into them, laying them flat, and not spending really any time at all killing them. Very nice, quick kill of Rakinishu there. Like, Rakinishu, he's amazing at this level when you're around level 3 or 4, because you can get a good amount of minions around him. He tends to have rough... Ooh, very quick reading of the map there. Nicely done, Slimo. On such a small map as well. So Rakinishu tends to have 7 to 8 minions around him. The trouble with the Sorceress is, because he's lightning enchanted, he's actually resistant to your Charge Bolts. So it was very nice for Slimo to have a few extra points in Charge Bolt as he was taking on Rakinishu then, and quickly dispatched of him with the Firebolt that was embedded in his staff. So very nice, yeah, staff skill there, staff mod there. Just running through the underground passage. It's going to be harder for me to do my little stuff. So where are we? It's basically a straight through map, so he came out of the tile down there, running up that way, and it'll end in a tile shaped this way. Now, unfortunately, he's got psyched out by the cave level 2. This is a very interesting map. I have never seen the cave level 2 on the way, like branching off that close. Like, normally it's a big meandering mess to get to underground passage level 2, rather than coming into the Dark Wood and the actual exit. So that's really interesting. I've never seen that map before. Huh. Here we go, out to the Dark Wood. Nice middle exit, so he's not running too far, having to go from one edge of the map to the other or anything like that, which is always handy on the Sorceress or in a speedrun in general. Just want to be getting through the maps as quick as possible, unless you're finding boss packs on the way. Now you can see he's spending a little bit of time there just casting. When there's a good group of like 5 to 6 enemies, it's worth his time just doing a quick cast, because there's a good chance you'll kill at least one of them for what's effectively half a second's worth of casting. Actually slightly less than. So risk reward for, you know, casting a couple of things into a non-unique pack there. It's still kind of there for the Sorceress. You do want some levels for safety. Pretty quick exit from the Black Marsh. Finds his tower very quickly as well, which is nice. Casts from his belt, which is a wasted second or two. Finds an experience shrine right next to where he left a town portal, though. That is pretty helpful. And now he's just sort of scouting around, looking for a waypoint as close as possible. Because if he's taking the same strategy that Teo took, he's going to be effectively looking to run that tower many, many, many times. If he's going to be looking for tower levering. Now he's a fair way away from the tower. He's going to be banking on getting good experience shrine luck throughout those. I wonder if he's going to push ahead. No, he doesn't. Well, that was a waste. Yeah, what he could have done is drop another town portal and pushed ahead out to the outer cloister and tried to get some experience through the Tamo Highlands before coming in here and getting the second experience shrine. So, interested to see that. Aura Enchanted boss group here. You can see the Dark Archer when he's hovering his mouse over just the minions there. It actually doesn't say minion. Ooh, and he gets a double boss pack. That is very nice. Very nice. So because it was Aura Enchanted and it's a demon, same thing applies with if it's Aura Enchanted and undead. It will not show the word minion, but you still get the 500% XP from those other archers in the group who spawn there. Yeah, that is extremely nice with the boss pack, double boss pack, and experience shrine. So what was that about? 12 enemies times 5, 60 enemies. Pretty good. Not spending too much time taking on the spectral hit. I think it was lightning. Demon Clan, so slightly missed opportunity there, but you know, that's alright. Is he going to get a equip map here? Nicely dodges the cold. And you can see there that as he's killing all these unique monsters, so the boss pack bosses, effectively, they're dropping 4 potions. So that means that he doesn't have to go back to town to restock on potions as well. Interesting. He's already put points into Vitality. Quick check down there, hoping for a boss pack. He does get a boss pack in the L shape here, which is pretty nice for him. Tries to dodge the cold enchant, but still gets hit by it. That's unlucky. Grabs the throwing potions for a bit of gold. Nice high density gold there. Was kind of banking on that continuing to wrap around, but didn't. And yeah, as I said, he's already put the points into Vitality, so he's feeling good. He's not going to get whacked into hit recovery too often, which your chances of going into hit recovery progressively increase as more percent of your HP is taken up by a single enemy attack. So if you can get strong points into health early, that helps you avoid getting stun locked. So since he's already got those points in Vitality, now pumping strength, so he's hoping to, I'm guessing, picking up... Interesting. Picking up some armors on the fly as he goes. So he comes in here, finds a boss pack straight away. That's very nice. So oftentimes you can get the second boss pack here on level 5. Now you can see he had the experience shrines earlier and he doesn't actually have it. It ran out on the previous level, so that's kind of unlucky. Normally you want to still have the experience shrine. You're making really good time if you have it by the time you get to the countess, just because she spawns with so many minions. I mean, look at that. There's what, 6 of them there? So that's super helpful. Plus her herself gives you that bonus XP as well. Now, since he had those bonus boss packs, it's kind of give and take. You can't win them all, and especially when it's this low. So it gets a tier Ral. That's going to help. He wants that Ral rune for resistances, and the tier rune will also help in terms of just reducing the mana burden of when he's using Nova later on. So quick sells, didn't get the FCR on the rings that he was hoping for. You can also see he's not spending as much time being click happy as Teo was in the previous run. So Teo was clicking just about every grave, etc., etc., really hoping to get an FCR ring. Slimo here is not as dependent on it. Oh, and immediately loses the skill shrine he picks up to a curse. That hurts. I think a ring actually dropped back there. Apologies for the frame drops. This is the quality of the stream. Yeah. Okay, pushing through. Is he going to get... No, he doesn't get an XP shrine. That's unfortunate. And since he's going to be recovering so much ground, yeah, the more I think about it, the more I think he should have run onto the outer cloister earlier. So that would have been a nice minute save, at least. And would have made better use of that experience shrine he had. Maybe not a minute, maybe 30 seconds. But still, 30 seconds in a run like this is still pretty big. So once again, gets the archer pack. It's funny how when you get into the tower, like this is why they liked running it, is because you're basically always likely to get the same sort of boss groups every time. They'll just have different affixes. Grabs the helm, which he's gonna hope has 2 sockets in it, so we can put that Ral rune in there. And does get the double boss pack again, which is very nice. So because he's got such a really good monster density layout, he'll be loving this. Just will really help him level up. And as we discovered last time, like the key to the Sorceress run itself is getting those levels really quickly. You can't rely on getting progress through the game as much as even Teo talked to it last time, like he'd rather get progress and levels at the same time. It is much better to just specialize in the Sorceress and get levels and then progress using teleport than it is to focus on trying to do both. Classes like the Assassin, like the Druid, they can do both at the same time incredibly effectively, and you can see it's a very gradual mind shift. It takes years for the runners to actually realize this is what they needed to do. They needed to purely specialize in experience grinding on the Sorceress rather than trying to do both at the same time. You know, they had to whole-ass one thing, not half-ass 2 things. They're okay levels. They're not the fastest. Only gets champions here. That's not the best. They're only 300% XP. And does get caught by the ghostly ghosts. Gotta love a ghostly ghost, except for when they hit you and the fact that they give garbage experience. But he does manage to dispose of them pretty quickly. I gotta say, the enemies here are actually dying very quickly. Like, for a charge bolt sorceress, normally it takes quite a bit for her to actually kill enemy packs, and Slimo is just dispatching of these packs like nobody's business. Comes incredibly close to dying there. That is... whoo boy. Wow, yeah. It was like less than 1/10 of his health left. That was tight, man. That was tight. Tal, Neff. I wonder if he'll do... No, he won't. He won't do the Nadir. No one ever does Nadir. Back in these days, back before they realised the power of Nadir, before Bender and Indrek really pushed it. You can see the benefit here of telekinesis though. People tend to think it was a garbage skill in the very, very early days of speedrunning, and they kind of were wondering if you could just get around it by getting a +2 teleport staff and use that rather than skilling in. But the fact that you don't have to run as far to get to the waypoint, to get to shrines, etc., it pays off. Is he going to get the second boss pack this time? He does. He manages to see it from a long distance as well. Like, that wasn't the Archer boss pack again. It was a different boss pack hidden away at the bottom. I gotta say, I'm impressed by his ability to sight that. Only 1 socket helm, double checks his helm there, but he does get 2 boss packs. That's really nice. That is so nice. Like, even when you do get a layout that can give you 2 boss packs, it's so rare for it to consistently give you 2 boss packs. So that's really impressive. Quite a nice layout. Unfortunately, he is just getting Devilkin groups here. He's getting quite a few of them. And while it's nice that they die fairly quickly, their experience isn't that great. So it's kind of a bit as long as they spawn with a few of them, it's okay. But yeah, you kind of just want to be cast 1 and done. Like that, 4 enemies in 1 group, that's hopeless. You really want to have at least 5 or 6. So that wasn't too nice for him. You can see he's still killing quite a few normal enemies, which surprises me as well. Like each time he casts, as I say, it's about half a second. He hasn't got any FCR yet, so it's probably, what is it, a 12 cast frame, something like that. I mean 12 frame cast, so pretty much half a second. So each time he's bothering to kill those little groups of normal enemies, it's really pathetic experience for half a second lost. Does see the wand, that's going to be nice for gold. Hidden important fact on the Sorceress. Things like the Assassin, you can get away pretty nicely with just a tier rune or two. Same thing with the Druid. But Sorceress, you really need to be picking up things to sell for gold because she is just so mana hungry. He will move that Tal out of the way. He's got his stealth runes, so he's perfect on runes now. Is he going to do another tower run to keep leveling? That's what I want to see. Interesting that he's benchmarked level 11, because we saw the first run Teo did, he went to level 13. The second he went to level 12. And now Slimo's pulled it back to be benchmarking level 11. Just doing his best to level up in the tower. Yeah, he does go into the tower even when he doesn't need to. So definitely still committed to the tower leveling strat. And with a waypoint so far away from the tower, I gotta say, very lucky to be getting these double boss pack spawns. Like on both level 1 and level 5, that's going a long way to make up for that extra distance that he's running without boss packs on the way. Yeah, it's pretty rough, I gotta say. Nicely avoids the mana burn there, just gotta kill the minions before they hit him. Nice. Look at that. It took, like, I know he casted it 3 times there, but on the first cast, that Moon Clan died. Like, that so rarely happens with Charge Bolt. Definitely should have just only cast twice there instead of 3 times. But anyway. So as we say, Experience Shrine's very nice to have on the Sorceress. Is he going to get... See, that's more what you want. So there were 6 Devilkin there that time, compared to that 4 last time. So that really pays off with the Experience Shrine. He barely spent any time casting anything on them at all. So it's as good as 30 and a half, yeah, 45 enemies there. It's pretty bonkers. And he gets Champion Devilkins. Wow, that's really nice. So because they're champions, all the little Devilkins around them who aren't champions actually give 500% XP rather than the 300% XP of the champions. So to get that with an Experience Shrine is super nice. That's amazing, actually. Especially for that little time investment. Shame that he's been getting, you know, pretty garbage groups otherwise, like for the champion groups on that level 4. And you can see he's just keeping a lot of small items that are worth a good amount of money in his inventory. Like, he hasn't gone back to Akara because he's been managing his mana potions by picking things up on the fly incredibly well. Here we go. He's going back now because he's only got 1 mana potion in his inventory. We'll do the quick sell of everything. Plus to life. That's a shame. Yep, it just sells all the useless items. No, he's not doing Neftir, so there we go. Just gets rid of his bridges. That's surprising to me. Looking for FCR, gets it. It costs a good amount of money though, so that hurts a lot. Like, his gold is practically gone at this point after all that. Has to sell one of his spare rail runes, but that doesn't really matter. And we're back into the Vitality game. So running across, his hit is level 11, so I'm guessing he's going to progress on now. He really wants to get that 2-socket helm, picks it up on the ground. That's very nice. So this is the thing that Slimo calls out in his own like Google Doc sheet. Interesting. Outlining his strategies. He never wants to shop at Chassi. Like, he probably wants to pick up a belt from Farah in Act 2, but never wants to spend time shopping at Chassi for gear. He always wants to pick up, like, he wants to rely on picking up gear off the ground as he runs through the game. And that's like one of his little optimizations that he really relies on. Now, there was also a nice little optimization there, which I just said nice to, which was he ran all the way to the edge of the screen past the experience shrine before he telekinesised it to run ahead, just giving himself that extra, like, I don't know, 5-6 seconds with the experience shrine before picking it up, so that's pretty nice as well. No, he doesn't have armor to stealth bug as he runs across here, so that's probably part of it.
The monastery on Dariel's stronghold.
And it looks like it's going to be a left way because it's got the statue in the middle rather than the cross in the middle. And is he going to get good XP here in the barracks? Now, barracks can be pretty good XP. Oh, that's very nice to get those Yetis as well. Yetis, brutes, etc. They actually give pretty good experience. They just have a lot of health pool, and he was getting a lot of damage per cast there, so that's very nice. Is he going to get the... Is he going to get it? Is it going to be exactly what he needs? Oh, he doesn't get the 2-socket armor. But is he going to get FCR? Let's see. Gotta say, it's pretty nice that the cold damage from the Holy Freeze barely does any Freeze's target length. So that's helping him out quite a bit there. Yeah, you can see there, once again, undead bone archers. They were minions, but it didn't say the word minion. Funny, it only really says it on animal groups. Kind of a longish barracks at this point, but he has gotten okay experience while he still had the shrine, so that was pretty nice. Ah, there we go. Alright. So it doesn't get distracted by the malice, which is nice. Jails, as always, straight through map. Here we go. So it's down this way. So he's going to be exiting that way. And is he going to get good experience in here? Who knows? Ooh, yeah, that's very nice, actually. So he gets the Devilkin or Dark One champion packs, which will become a pinnacle of his strategy later on. That was extremely nice. Look at how many there were there. There would have been 6 or 7 minions plus the 3 champions. Easy. Maybe even 9 minions? 3 minions per champ? So that was huge. Doesn't get him on this level though. Did get the layout to spawn champions, but didn't get the nice champion pack that he really wanted. Just killing these guys, hoping for more mana potions, but doesn't really get it. Once again, straight through map. Here on there, so it'll be down that way, exactly as we just saw. This one is a left turn map, so here we'll be looking for a tile block just here. Level 2 is actually quite nice and short, as has been level 3. So pretty nice jail maps in all. On the first one, where it was a little bit long, he got that awesome Dark One pack, and level 2 and level 3 were just very short for him. Now Tainteds, they're not the best. They got huge life pools, and they're slightly resistant to lightning, so that hurts on the Sorceress. Is he going to pick up that long staff for some gold? He wants to. He really wants to. There we go. He's got it. So because it can spawn with plus to skills is money, just like we saw on that wand earlier. And since he spent all his money on a wand earlier, he needs to get that back so he's got money for mana potions, that's for sure. Quick grab of a jewel, that'll be a few $100 for such a small item, is pretty nice for the inventory space taken up. That's a dead end off to the right there. Is this going to be it? No, because it breaks out. But there is a boss pack in there. So it doesn't bother even checking for the boss pack. I mean, there was a high chance it was going to be tainted. So, yeah, probably the correct decision. But that is a decision I think Teo would have made in the previous run. Would have been to go into that room just for the boss pack for the extra experience. Kind of a long level 1, I gotta say. Now level 1, there's no like guaranteed ways of doing it. You just got to be able to read the end tiles as best you can. That looks like it's over there. So he's run over to the corner. I think it breaks up and then he's going to have like a little outbreak there and then come down. There we go. Yep, there's the stairs out. Very nice. Catacombs level 2. Let's see if he runs the clockwise way. Oh, and he does the hack. This is the first time I've seen someone do the hack. That is very smart. To just leave a town portal as you come in to level 2. Because if you find the waypoint first, you can go back to your town portal and keep running back down right. Because it's always a right turn from the waypoint. So if it was out there, that'd be it. So if over here, like pointing out this direction, he finds the waypoint, he can go back to his town portal and then run down since he's already explored this way. Oh, nice. And gets the Shaman pack here in the Catacombs level 2 as well. That's going to be really nice experience as well. As I said earlier, the minions for the champions themselves still give 500% XP. And he didn't waste his time killing the Shaman champion as well. Very nicely played. That was a mistake we've seen. Well, not a mistake necessarily, but a suboptimal way of playing that we've seen previous runners do it. So, even though that was a dead end, not the worst dead end to be running into if you can get a pack like that. Ooh, this is kind of a long map though. Gonna get another champion pack in here, but it is only spiders. Lame. Spiders, not the worst, but they do have a... Gets Bloodfist though. That was worth it. Wow. Plus to life there is amazing. The plus to hit recovery is amazing. And he gets the exit to level 3 before he gets the waypoint. So you know what? He explored 3/4 of the map, but he got Bloodfist. And he got some boss experience off that champion pack. So that's awesome. That's going to help him a lot. Yeah, you can see that 10 FCR on the wand is really helping out now. It's saving 1 frame out of 13 for casting, so that's pretty nice, I gotta say. It's only saving, it says 10 FCR, so 10%, and with a 13k cast frame, maybe it's a 12 cast frame. Either way, you'd expect that to save 1.2, but it does not. It does not save that. It does not save exactly 10% because it actually rounds down, so that's why we have breakpoints, and if he could get a ring or an amulet with FCR on it, that'd save him another frame. That's what he really wants to get. Alternatively, like he really wants one of those as well as his stealth. Sees there's a boss pack nearby because of that aura enchanted. Is he going to go explore that room for them? Yes, he does. Very nice. Unfortunately, it's a pretty lame boss pack. Those guys just have a heck of a lot of health, so that can just waste a lot of time taking them on. Or it doesn't get the plus to skills on the staff, that hurts a lot. And I don't know if that was intentional or not, but like pointed out last time on the Teo run, if you sell a tome to a vendor and then buy it back, its quantity will be fully refreshed. That doesn't work for vendors who sell tomes. So, what? The aura enchant changed? Oh, there were 2 aura enchanted banished in there. Wow. What? Alright. No, he just gives up. Fair enough. You're basically at Andariel. Just do it, man. That's crazy, man. Did not see that coming. Alright, gets yet another aura enchant. 3 in a row. Chainmail will be worth a nice amount of gold just because of the base. Unfortunately, sets usually give garbage money for their attributes. But The base itself will be good gold for him. And takes on Andariel. Not doing the static... No, he is doing the static strat. So there you go. He's reverted back to a strat that Indrek, the Teo, the Nightfall all really struggled to get working just because you have to get so close quarters, and if there are other enemies around, it can just make it incredibly painful, basically. So last time we saw Teo give up on the static strat and just go straight for Charge Bolt against Andariel. This time, Slimo's gone back into static to help get her past half health. Still has not got the
evil queen.
The armor though, so has to go and buy it off Chassis. So that's rough. Just pumping up the energy there. And does not get any good gear. That hurts. That's why he wants to pick up his gear along the way. But coming out at a pretty good level, I gotta say. So grabs the belt. Kind of hoping for resistance or Frost Nova gloves. Frost Novas surprisingly can save you a lot, especially in Act 3, where you're likely to get hit by quite a lot of Fallen. Not Fallen. Flayers with like little stabby attacks, so you can get Frost Novas off from there and that'll slow them all. Save you casting Frost Nova yourself just for protection and gives you a chance to static them and kill them. There you go. Gets the 2 socket armor off Elzix. He's looking pretty good now. Will he do the stealth bug to just help him run through? Since he's playing softcore, he might not. Let's see. Doesn't get the quick exit, but does get beetles. But he needs to get them actually charging him to get the benefit of the beetles. That is weird that they did not target him at all. Just running out here to the rocky waste, he'll just be checking each corner. Yeah, really still wants that FCR ring. Nope, lifesteal, lame. Actually, I kind of want to read that. Ring mail, once again, good money. It's a armor made of metal. And those always sell for good gold, and you want gold on the Sorceress. Sees the cut in and runs straight across. Finally, this is where we found it. This is it. This is it. Wow, what a weird map. I have never seen a cut through like that in the Rocky Waste. Maybe because I'm so used to running along the edges, but I have never seen a channel in the Rocky Waste like that. So he saw the corner and ran straight across knowing that it was going to be cut in still. What a nice optimization. Is he going to run back and get that ring? Because he still desperately wants that FCR. He doesn't pick up the ring. Interesting. And here's his exit. What an optimization. Actually knowing the Act 2 maps. Here we go. It is on. That was a very nice time save for him. So what's the time saves he's got so far? He got really good leveling, like double boss pack in the tower. He's actually knowing how to read Act 2 maps. Very nice. And he's gotten pretty good experience shrines, I've got to say. Like his XP shrine luck has been pretty good, all things considered. Knows to static these guys rather than attack them directly, which is pretty good. If you can kill them in one hit, that's optimal. Quickly finds the Halls of the Dead. Still not quite doing the very optimal thing where he's casting from click his town portals, which makes him do the casting animation rather than from his inventory. Oh, nice. XP shrine plus beetles, and a good pack of beetles at that. So beetles, very nice. They give good XP and they have low health. So kind of similar to ladies out in the cold plains. Very helpful. He'll probably look for another quick group and then grab this skill shrine as he gets past it. Should have telekinesis that, but that's alright. He really should just drop that armor. It's taken up a lot of space. Even though it's a heavy armor, because it's ethereal, it'll get discounted by, I think, about 70%. So his gold from it will be pretty average, I gotta say. Very lucky to find that beetle boss pack early as he came through, because he's just been running into itchies and vultures the whole time. Finds the maggot at least, but he left his town portal at the Halls of the Dead, so he really wants to find a waypoint so he can go back to town and do the Halls of the Dead right now. But as we say, at least he's found it. There you go. So it's actually not too far away from his maggot lair either, which helps. So now we'll finally sell this stuff. Yeah, okay, it was still $2,000, so that's not too bad actually. It's better than I expected it to be. And you can see like his gold situation still is not that great. 11k, not bad, but not the best. Leaves the leather gloves because he's got Blood Fist, and Blood Fist are amazing even though they were rares. You're not going to get better than Blood Fist gloves, basically, in a normal speedrun. I mean, honestly, sometimes even in a hell speedrun, you're not going to get better than Blood Fist. Like I say, the faster hit recovery and the plus to life are just astonishing. Let's look up Blood Fist gloves. So what do we got? 30 faster hit recovery. That is better than stealth hit recovery. Right there, early game, plus 40 to life. Amazing. It's just amazing.
I can't carry anymore.
You've already got the 2-socket armor, man. Stop stressing about it. Alright. Act 2 maps. In the dungeons. They're always left turns. Where am I? There. So his layout's here. And if he had his back to the wall of that tile, it's a left turn out here. So thank you, Macahan, for giving me the back to the wall concept, because I've been really struggling with the concept of, should it be a right turn? Should it be a left turn? Because it could be a right turn if it's a property, if it's an upside down T, to be a left turn. So back to the wall makes a lot of sense. And that holds true on levels 1, 2, and 3 of the Halls of the Dead. Nicely grabs his cube, holds true in the Claw Viper Temple, holds true in Tal Rash's Tombs. Does not hold true in the Maggot Lair. Maggot Lair is a right turn, actually. But there we go. Might have had a force of habit to go to Black Marsh there, just because he was doing it quite a bit and was also expecting... Oh, and he's actually done the smart thing. That's another great optimization. He's save and quitting here in Act 2 after running across the map already, so the monsters will respawn and give him a better chance of finding another boss pack as he runs towards the Maggot Lair. Now, it didn't pay off for him, but it's a nice little optimization to see. So as I said earlier, Maggot Lair, level 1. It's been forced to run that way. It is a right turn, so there will be an exit tile shorter. Blocked off that way, coming over to the right. Doesn't have his teleport yet, which hurts in the maggot. But these were the old strats, I guess. And this is the annoying thing about the Maggot Lair. You can just get these sort of one enemy packs that block your way. So you're getting garbage experience as you're forced to run through them. This is actually quite a long maggot. So you're forced to run through them. They're not even unique boss packs. And hits a lightning enchanted pack as well. That hurts. Yep, takes the moment of quiet just to restock his inventory. I'm surprised he didn't pick up that thawing potion off the ground there. Save him shopping at Lysander later for the Duriel fight, but yeah. Definitely a very long maggot, level 1. Man, this is taking a long time. I'm interested to see, like, to make up this time loss, what he does. How's he going to beat Diablo more effectively? Is he just going to get the levels earlier? Quite possibly. And there we go. It was up and across all along. Basically had a full cartographer percent of level 1. That hurts. For guys like Llama and Teo looking at this record, they must have thought that was an opportunity for sure. Long distance from, not the longest, but a reasonable distance from the tower. He's just wondering if that's a wraparound map, because this one here, it's come out. Where am I? Down this way. But he could see an exit tile down there, so I was wondering, is this going to wrap around down here? Because 3 lefts make a right, basically. And it looks like he's banking on that paying off. And it doesn't. But it might continue wrapping around even further. Oof. And it does. So there you go. 3 lefts make a right. Pretty lucky to get that, like, slide that quickly, basically. And then level 3 is always just a straight through map, always to the northeast corner. Maybe it's just if they have any text under them, because it says lays eggs there, and that was a minion. So it must only be like wailing brutes and stuff like that, where it's just a pure animal class that has no other descriptive text like steals life or anything underneath it, that it doesn't show the word minion. I mean, that it does show the word minion on an aura enchanted boss pack. Once again, save and quit, back to Act 1 and then waypoint. Actually slightly faster than running all the way across town with the town portal. Hit recovery boots actually would have been nice. There you go. Makes the right decision. Grabs the hit recovery boots. Now he's got just a heap of hit recovery. He's got 30 from his gloves. He's got 10 from his boots. He's going to have 25. Whew, yeah, that's a lot of hit recovery. And I don't know why you're picking those up, man. You've got the best gloves in the game. What are you doing? Thank you. Oh my god. Oh my god. Just saw the lightning res on them and was like, yep, nah, I'm definitely doing that. Quick stealth bug, but since he was running, it didn't actually pay off at the time, so that hurts. Down here in the Claw Viper Temple. Once again, left turn. It's a temple map in Act 2. Quick kill of the champions there just to get some more potions, and kind of wanting that. Hasn't really used his tier rune. He's got that tier rune there and he has not used it at all. So, I guess he just didn't want to be bothering with the inventory management of a Ral Helm, like dealing with keeping that in his stash while he also had the tier going. I mean, I guess he's managing his mana pretty well, so I can't judge him for that. Lures Fangskin around the corner so he doesn't have to try and take him on with the lightning enchant. Does try and kill the minion there and gets that to pay off. Still trying to kill Fangskin. That's interesting. Didn't have to cast his town portal there. He could have just telekinesis his existing one, but whatever. That's alright. There you go. He's actually going to hit the 8-frame faster hit recovery on his Sorceress because of that combination of the boots, the Blood Fist, and Tal F. That's pretty awesome. That's a very nice breakpoint on the faster hit recovery for the Sorceress. Still hasn't really got the jewelry that he wants. But, you know, that's all right. Level 1, is he going to get... Is he going to get... Nah, he's not going to get teleport by the time he gets to the Sanctuary. That hurts. No boss packs on level 1 as well. Bit of a drainer there. Not really seeing any boss packs here on level 2 either. Just killing the skeletons, wasting his time on there. You could see the experience gain for them was just atrocious. So Act 2 has not been very kind to him, but he's still saving time. Even with that horrendous maggot layer. Yeah, I'm impressed. I guess his desert maps, like his running of the desert maps, were really nice actually. He got the quick exit to the temple. He found waypoints pretty close to the features he needed to get to, and he didn't waste time running around the corners of the map. He knew where to check to see if it was a cut-in corner, and yeah, so that Act 2 map running, here's the benefit of it. Here's the big advantage of knowing how to run rather than running along the edges all the time, as I've been complaining about throughout these runs, to be honest. So apologies for all my whinging. You can now see the payoff for when you do it in line with, you know, what I've been whinging against. Takes the straightaways map, so hasn't gone the portals way, which is interesting, and doesn't get a first way. So straightways, honestly, I don't know that it's that great for the Sorceress. I kind of feel like stairsways is pretty good for her because it lets her funnel enemies, and the Nova casts over stairs anyway. Interesting that he ran across town that time, rather than just running straight through. I mean, rather than save and quitting and then going back to Act 1 and then going to the portal. I would have thought that he would do that. So here we go. We can see him using the teleport pad path this time, which is very nice on the Sorceress simply because she doesn't have to actually run that distance. She can just telekinesis the pads and yeah, get straight through. And that saves a good amount of time. Just wants to be able to take those couple of steps there. Doesn't get second way either. Ooh, it's looking like a long map. And once again, he runs across town. I guess he wants to sell the armor that he picked up earlier. And finally gets rid of the tier rune, decides he's not actually going to get use out of it. Third way, here we go. Stairs direction. This will help him funnel enemies and just wipe them out pretty quick. Grabs the chainmail, as we say. Heavy armor, made of metal, good for gold. Spending still a good amount of time killing enemies here. I mean, I know it's only taking a second and a half to do that, but there you go. So now he's starting to just run past them when he can, only stopping as he starts to get blocked. And here's the benefit of the stairs. You can see the enemies themselves kind of getting caught up. So he's not getting blocked as often. Getting a fourth way arcane.
Not in town.
Wow. So, I mean, we saw Teo get a third way, I think, last time. Maybe it was a fourth way as well. So, swings and roundabouts. But even with a fourth way arcane, he's going to smash the record. And that's the benefit of this Act 2 running. Like getting absolutely stuffed by the maggot layer level 1. Having, yeah, a fourth way here. Not great experience. Wow. Leaves the breastplate behind, honestly. Yeah, well, you can't be playing inventory Tetris all the time. He's left a couple of good, or better than chainmail, heavy armors on the ground. Ah, man. There you go. Look at all that enemy grouping. There you go. He does. Even with all that running, and with hardly any boss packs in the arcane, I gotta say, I'm pretty surprised. Like, it took him 4 ways, but he got it. He got... Why? He got the teleport before
I need mana.
Duriel's stuff, so that's pretty nice. Once again, left turn from relative to the back wall of that, so kind of laid out like that. So he'll be looking over this side for the exits. He's getting a lot of followers. People can tell he's on the ball now. He'll pick up that smoked fish sphere surely for gold. No, okay, just leaves that on the ground. Still plenty of enemies left to kill. And this is when, you know, Frost Nova gear would be pretty nice. Wow, look at all those followers. Everyone knows he's like on the money. Doesn't take the second opportunity to pick up that smoke sphere. I'm guessing he just didn't see it. Because that could have been pretty nice gold for him. Or even could have had plus to Nova on it, which would have been ball off. Messes up a little there, just as well he had the safety distance there. Drops a town portal just for safety in case he got mobbed. And coming back to town, is he going to do the same thing as Teo and get a mercenary just to tank Duriel while he statics him down? I'm guessing no, considering how long this is taking. He does pick up a few thawing potions as well. So chugging those thawing potions will give him plus 50 cold resistance, which will help him survive the hits from Duriel with his Holy Freeze. There you go. No, so he just does the good theory of Frost Nova, static, static. Like run a little bit, static, run a little bit, static. And then Frost Nova, static, run, static. And then switch to Nova after about 10 of those, I guess. And you can see he just massively overstocked on potions there. We'll get the Grand Scepter for gold, because again, plus 2 paladin skills commonly on those. Only a minute behind. What's he going to do in Act 3 now? We know that Teo did not get the best Act 3. I think he had to go through the Great Marsh, and he had to explore all 3 sub-dungeon, like, little camp offshoots of the jungle maps. So if Slimo gets a marsh skip here, that could do it for him. Similarly, if he gets there you go, puts in the rails just ready to hit level 19 because he's going to need that fire resist here. Yeah, if he finds a Great Marsh, or if he manages to find the dungeons he needs early, being the Spider Cavern and the Flayer dungeon, that can save him that time pretty nicely. Wow, all these followers. So you can see here he's gone for the bigger potions from Ormus. Pick up that XP shrine, that's pretty nice. And gets the little dudes in here, but it's not really the best. You want them more in the Flayer. Doesn't find anything in here, not even the waypoint, so that hurts. Another XP shrine. Wow, his XP shrine's actually... He's had pretty good XP shrine luck, I gotta say. Checks in here. Is he gonna get... Yes, he gets the waypoint, so... As I said, you kind of want to be finding that earlier. So he's had to check 2, he's going to have to check all 3 sub-areas for the Spider Cavern, which, you know, with the Sorceress, it's not as bad, not as punishing as it would be with the Assassin, where you actually have to run that distance, but still it's a time suck. Like, that would have been 10-second time loss across those two. Killing Zug before he gets hit so he doesn't get the curse. Oh, nice. Gets it. And with the XP shrine as well. Not bothering to pick up any of the items on the ground. Interesting. So he doesn't bother with the small charm. He doesn't bother with... I think there was a ring back there as well. And he's at the end of the map tile here, so he needs to track back a little bit. Looks like he's on the 6th tile of the Spider Forest. What a weird layout this has been. So there he is. It'll break out to the north. Yeah, surely. Northwest. Wow, no. Okay, the fork was this far back. Alright, so it looks like he's not getting a marsh skip. Where is he getting the time save then? Was he just spending less time in those areas than Teo was? Because those maps weren't really... any better for him than they were for Teo. And he doesn't really seem to be inventory tricking any better than Teo was. Like, Teo had that running as well. Good lord, all these alerts. So gets the flail. It's going to be nice experience in here because you can see the guys have the big butcher knives. Finds a boss pack. Unfortunately, there are vultures, but that's not bad. I don't think this is the dungeon. So he gets the waypoint first here. I'm struggling to see where it... like, he's not even inventory teleporting. Where is he getting this time save from? Like, I haven't covered this off, but at one point, like 6 months from after he gets this record, Slimo actually says that he cheated, or strongly hints that he cheated. I'm not seeing big manipulations here, but I'm also like, where on earth is he getting these time saves from? I can see definitely some better running on the... there you go. So he gets it in the 2nd place rather than the 3rd. So that's a nice little optimization. We'll pick up the Gid bin hoping for something better. Yeah, a bit of fire res helps. Yep, fair enough. Because of sight, yeah. Okay. Better Act 2 map running. No inventory teleporting is just whacking me out here, man. I'm so lost on why he's not inventory teleporting. He's not spending any time picking up stuff off the ground, which I guess was a thing that Teo was doing a good amount of. Almost goes straight past the waypoint. So he must have had good gold already from those Duriel drops. So yeah, the fact that he found the waypoint in Lower Kurast will also give him a time advantage over here on his timer, since he didn't have to go all the way to the Kurast Bazaar, unlike Teo. Doesn't quite get the super optimal level 3 layout. What are you doing, man? Oh, he's gone over here for the super unique group. That makes sense. Just trying to get that safety level, basically. Grimoire's going to be nice gold for him as well, actually. Really wants that. And the head could also be pretty good gold for him, so hardly any time whatsoever managing his inventory. That's probably got to be the other part of it that really adds up. Yeah, 20k just off those 2 items is huge. Whereas Teo would have done that through about 4 armors, being breastplates that take up 6 inventory slots. That took up, so 4 times 6 is 24 inventory slots wasted. Another XP shrine.
Not enough mana.
He doesn't even need him at this point. He's left 2 behind. Wow. And in Upper Kurast right now, picking up all the waypoints weirdly, because he didn't find the sewer in the Kurast Bazaar. Shouldn't be wasting his time killing boss packs at this point when he's almost level 20 already. But does find the sewer's exit pretty quickly, which is nice. That's a nice little time save over what Teo did as well. Is he going to save and quit? Or is he going to go back? He goes back. Yeah, smart. So that was also a nice little optimization just for the fortune of finding the waypoint there. That's going to save him a good amount of time. I reckon, honestly, he saved 30 seconds over Teo's time. Maybe up to a minute just in those sewers. Although he's killing his time there. That's 15 seconds off that wasted time. Just stuffing around trying to get to Travinkle.
Not enough mana.
And yet you can see over here on the right hand side, where am I? Over here, he went from 33 seconds ahead to only 14 seconds ahead, and that's just because of that waypoint optimization, finding the waypoint in the lower Kurast instead of in the Kurast Bazaar like Teo did, so he was able to go back to get the heart earlier than Teo was. So it's kind of swings and roundabouts. Pretty nice clean kill there on the council. You don't have to kill all the council to get in there. It's only in BattleNet where you have to kill all the council and get the quest to be able to take town portals into Endurance of Hate. Nicely takes that opportunity while it's actually going through the animation to open the stairwell there to go and get his mercenary as well. So that's
I need mana.
just a nice little time optimization.
I need mana.
This lack of inventory teleporting, man. It's whacking me out. Pretty nice clean kill, Mephisto. On Mephisto there. I didn't explain the Durance maps. Oh well, whatever. You guys know it. It's left turn on level 1, straight through on level 2. That's basically how it goes. Is he going to get a quick map here? Nice, gets a pike. Pretty quick there. We'll be stocking up on greater mana potions now. Could just be the less healing as well. From Bloodfist, and being able to play riskier is helping him a lot too. Doesn't get the quick exit, so he's got to go. So these maps over here are like sort of laid out like that, and you can get an exit here, you can get an exit here, or you can get an exit here. Looks like he's gotten the bottom exit, which isn't too bad, and gets a really quick City of the Damned. That's nice. So zooming around the City of the Damned, trying to find that waypoint. It's not too bad, City of the Damned, really. Now he gets the inventory teleporting going along. Wow, and that was actually a really short River of Flame too. That's going to help his time a good amount.
Not enough mana.
So just doing his best to clear out all the enemies here. Oh, he's almost had to pay for his mercenary to be revived there. Just because he needs his mercenary to tank the mana steal hits there, basically. Still no FCR rings. That hurts a lot. Does have amazing fire resistance at this point. He's capped on fire res. A little bit of lightning res, probably not as much as he'd like, but he's doing it pretty good. And he's not taking the Teo strategy of stacking up with a shield for extra resistances. So that's probably saved him a little time as well. One, not hunting for that shield. Two, not getting caught in block frames. And especially when he's got Blood Fist as well. That's really nice.
I need mana.
So yeah, as I was saying back in Act 3, at some point in the start of 2018, Slimo actually rescinds this world record and says, no, I didn't actually get it. Please don't ask me any questions. I'm going away. Just because he needed a break from Diablo speedrunning. So some people said that he cheated at the time. Eventually he comes back and gets the world record back again and basically just attributes it to exactly what it was, just a weird way of coping with wanting to get away from Diablo 2, which I can understand, like wanting to get away and having a break. And sometimes you take weird strategies on that. That's going to be some nice gold for him at least. Alright, and no mercenary alive to tank hits from Diablo, but he very kindly just does the Fire Nova. And no lightning yet. Diablo has been incredibly nice to him. This is that is an amazing Diablo fight. Wow. Like, just wow. He didn't have to spend any time dodging whatsoever during that fight. Just basically was able to stand there and static until Diablo was gone. I reckon just that fight alone saved him 20 to 30 seconds. That was so clean. His City of the Damned was okay. His River of Flame was incredibly short, so that's where you can see the time saved there. Like 30 seconds straight up there. It just needs the tiniest bit of experience here. Quickly out into the Canyon of the Magi. And there we go.
I need mana.
Funnily enough, that happened on Teo's first world record too.
Not enough mana.
There we go. So now we've got the stat table / inventory teleporting happening. And we're just in for the ride home. Should all be pretty straightforward from here. We just got to keep an eye out on the maps. That's the only thing that could mess him up now. Which he's gone too far over to the left-hand side there, unfortunately. Now he's just recentering himself as he inventory teleports along. Not bothering with the barbs, you only bother with them on a Hell quest, because you want Ancient's Pledge for that, but he's too low level for Ancient's Pledge, and not really going to be using a shield and all that kind of stuff as well. Yeah, did not get the good read on the Ariat on either of these. I mean, it's 3 wasted seconds, so not a big deal. As I always say, every little bit counts though, so this is probably where we'll see Llama be able to take the record eventually, or where Teo will get it back on our next one. Yep, so he's looking for a left turn here. He's been driven out this way, but it was actually behind him all along with a right. So 3 rights make a left. Okay, here we go. Straight across. I mean, for getting screwed on that wraparound map, it actually wasn't too bad. Time loss. And once again, left turn map here in the Ancient's Way, so we'll just be riding that southeast corner, hoping for it to break out and get him to the exit. Gotta be coming soon. Here we go. There you go. There's the exit. So, all in all, not too bad at Act 5 maps, really. Didn't really spend a lot of time just exploring different nooks and crannies of it. So, that's going to help his time as well. He should be able to build a little bit of time save off that, depending on how his Worldstone Keep goes. Oh man, why am I getting all the frame drops right now? That was pretty clean. That was very nice. So just using the mercenary to tank, feeding the mercenary potions while he tanks and use static, and that just wrecks the Ancients. That was nice. That was a nice, clean fight. Can't say it was cleaner than Teo's, but pretty good. Okay. So there you go. He managed to save another 40 seconds just with those cleaner maps, even though he went, you know, a little bit too far on the open plains. Well, yeah, also keep level 1, wasn't too bad. Level 2, sucking a bit of time off him already. But he does get the exit straight away, so I'm going to call that an average map. It's not great, it's not bad. That's a dead end. Okay, continuing to look around on level 3.
I need mana.
So he's definitely spent less time picking up armors and stuff for gold. It's interesting.
I need mana.
And you can, every time his mercenary says thanks, that's when he's fed him a potion. Unfortunately, his mercenaries died there, taking on 5 Frenzy Lords at the same time. What is going on with these frame drops, man? That is really annoying. Anyway. Such is the nature of streaming, I guess. And here we go.
Not enough mana.
I think he's using better use of static than Teo was. Like he's just staticking for longer before switching over to Nova. So that might be helping a bit as well. Wow, it's lucky to have Mala so close to his waypoint. Like since she's so close, that's like tiny time save every time. And he's out of gold. So he's got to get Bartok to follow him. There you go. Successfully baits him down, gets him following. And that's where that extra hit recovery really helps with those Death Lords. Unfortunately, just has a council member stuck in the room with him, so has to wait that out as well as these Hydras, but that's not the worst. It's going to be a bit of a time suck there. Boom, static, 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 static. So you can see even there, spending the time to do an extra static instead of switching over to Nova, just because he knows that he missed a few of those enemies. Clever. Alright, here we go, just luring out the minions of destruction as they come down. Nicely zigzag patterning them. Ooh, did he get far enough away? I mean, he must, because there's no way he's luring them out in time to get his sub 180.
That has to be it.
Pretty nice Bale fight so far, really. Like his.
I did it. I did it.
There
Wait
we
it.
go.
It's a world record. What? 1:17:48.
That's pretty nice. So those boss fights, the Bale
GG.
fight and the Diablo fight, were amazing. Amazing. Okay, and I don't get a gear review. That's sad. Okay, so hope you enjoyed that one. It's interesting. I'm so lost as to where he got all the time save in here. Like This one I know. In fact, these two I know. Because he had just a very clean Ancients fight, pretty good cave maps, that kind of thing. But these Act 3 time saves with no inventory teleporting, that just... It whacks me out. No inventory teleporting, no Great Marsh. It's just got to be the gold management. Like, he really rode the lightning on that gold management, got extremely clean fights on Diablo, that kind of thing. I guess that's where it was at. Pretty lucky in terms of the experience shrines he got, so he didn't have to spend as much time killing other enemies as well, and even leveling up out there. So I guess that was it. Fourth way, Arcane. There we go. All right. Hope you enjoyed that one. I'll see you next time for another commentary of one of the old world records in this category. Thanks, everyone.